Hey, hey, everybody! Hi! Welcome, welcome! We are going to be playing some, you guessed it, lawyer murder! Hey, Miss
Yay,
Murder,
murder.
can I? Hey, Miss Murder, can I make beauty stay if I take my life? Oh. So, is everybody up for this?
Yeah, I might leave for a little bit just to go get something to eat real quick, okay?
Sure thing.
Otherwise, I'm ready.
All
I'm
right
ready other
then.
than that. I feel like crap for some reason, physically.
How are you? Is everything okay?
Oh,
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play this again all week ever since the twist last time.
Oh yeah, Avis. Remember the reaction Nary and I had?
I cannot believe
You wait. Okay, I watched the VOD, right?
Yeah.
And even as I lowered the volume on the VOD, so Nary's screech of success perforated my eardrums
I'm so
from back.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I think you, I think you peaked out your mic to the point where it actually just, no matter how low it went, you were still loud.
Mm-hmm.
Ring.
What does ring to voice do? Okay, that just goes there. I guess we're gonna continue. I guess we're gonna continue the game.
I think so.
So right here. Okay, LRB is still hasn't gotten here, so who'd like to voice Carlos until he gets here? Anybody?
Right.
Who's voicing Carlos?
Is this Carlos?
This is Carlos. Carlos Flat.
Sorry, using my left is still.
That's okay. You can just initial in those spots.
Sorry about that.
Oh!
Tuber.
Oh,
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Yep. Sorry about that.
hello.
I took a
Two birds. Two birds were talking my ear off.
That's okay. I took a scenic route home, courtesy of our fine city's sprawling public transportation, and got in a bit after 11 p.m. Had myself a shower, drank a glass of milk, did some stretching, made sure my phone was on. Time went by evenly. At around 1:40 a.m., a posting for a public defender work came up. Decent rate since it was so late and so urgent. I had wagered correctly that the boyfriend would have enough sense to ask for a lawyer and enough debt that he'd need to be provided one. All I had to do was stay awake. There wasn't much competition after 1 in the morning.
Okay, where else?
Here and here. How did I phrase it earlier? Criminal defense attorneys aren't exactly flush with customers. Why wouldn't I take on a job where I already knew more than the cops? It would have been easy to convince Carlos to plead out. I would have gotten paid the same, too. But easy is dangerous. Carlos was, of course, innocent, so his conviction would never be airtight. There would be doubts, questions, appeals, maybe even fans, depending on his looks. More attention on HK and his crimes, more headaches. A cold case rotting in the very far back of the public awareness is always preferable to one opened and shut in haste. Now, with no more murders matching HK's MO, there won't be any additional public pressure to find a culprit. Now Heartbreak can just starve to death, out of sight and mind, like any other fluke in the system. Almost done. Getting involved with the case this intimately does have its risks. Hell, I might have even overdone things here or there, like lighting up a smoke inside of an interrogation room, just to make doubly sure I still didn't smell of gunpowder myself. That London fellow seemed more fixated on it than I would have liked. But obviously, everything turned out rosy.
Ma'am, I could hear every word you just said. Also, why does it feel like you were staring at me but not with your eyes?
Oh, don't worry about that, Carlos. And it's worth it for the finality of it all. Seeing the authorities' failings from the best seat in the house, that's just a bonus.
Thanks again, Morgan. For everything, even though I know you're a killer.
Oh, Carlos, you're such a joker.
I'm sure Diane's grateful too. Or she would be had you not shot her in the chest.
Funny. I didn't even know her name.
Can still hear you.
Something the matter?
No, sorry, it's just... I was mad when I left the apartment. I know that she was too. So when she died...
Death was instantaneous, Carlos. I can't imagine that she was in any pain. In fact, I can guarantee she was dead before she hit the ground.
No, I know, but... I just keep thinking that she must have died angry at me. That she must have died hating me. Holy crap, you really are a dog.
It's Varnus.
Shut the fuck up.
What do I want to do here?
Present the evidence. Please be nice.
To tell you the truth, Carlos, there's something I've been wondering about myself.
What is it?
Something I noticed in the ARC's data that I didn't quite understand. A piece of the puzzle that I couldn't fit in anywhere else. But maybe you can make sense of it.
Okay. What's the... Where'd you find that?
That pill organizer was found on the victim. She had it grasped in her hand when she died. Obviously, the police added it to the ARCs, but it was quickly ruled irrelevant. Seems like it contained triprexazone, prescribed to help modders with phantom itches. They're small tablets, and those are tricky clasps, too, for a pill organizer. Could be hard to handle with an unsteady hand.
Not the hand puns.
No one will ever know what she was feeling when she died. Even if they did.
Give me a hand.
Feelings are complicated. You can feel angry, happy, and sad all at the same time. But as far as facts are concerned, it would appear that when she died, what she was doing was setting out your medications for the week. To my eyes, anyway.
Well, that makes me feel a little better, but I still know it was you.
Oh, this game's fun. 5:01 a.m., June 5th, 2086. Long night. That was too far just now. Practically rubbing it in his face. It's not like I care about his feelings. I doubt I'll ever see him again. But overstepping like that is pure hubris. And hubris invites a downfall. So why? Why did I even bother? It was the last piece of the puzzle, I suppose. I'll just need to show more restraint next time. Though there won't be a next time for heartbreak. The gun's in custody. There's no more bullets left. And there's a dog yapping in the corner.
Sorry about that.
Morgan casually loading her gun like, I hate dogs.
Hold on.
It's okay, it's
There he
okay.
goes.
That was a bad joke. I would never.
No, there he goes.
There won't be a seventh victim. There won't be any more leads to pursue. Hey, Minos! The media will move on to their next obsession. I'll move on to
Hey.
my next MO. And no one will ever...
Found you.
Well,
Oh,
no,
shit.
no, that's a female voice. I'll do it.
Alright.
Found you.
Oh, God.
District Attorney Rockford.
Okay, why does she also look a little bit like a killer in that shot?
I wouldn't be surprised if she is one.
Alright, can I try that again? I'm so afraid.
By all means.
Council of Vulcan, morning, noon, and night. You're always so put together.
Thank you.
Girl
Weird
failure.
and robotic. I don't get it. How do you sleep at night?
Pardon?
You do white noise? Aromatherapy? Whatever you're doing, I need to steal it.
Oh, it's murder.
God, I must have bags under my eyes dark enough for the dumpsters.
Assistant District Attorney Emma Rockford. She's a prosecutor. The lawyer who argues for the state in court, trying to prove a defendant's guilt. And despite her sometimes unkempt appearance, she's probably the sharpest person to fill the position in decades. I should know, since I haven't beaten her once. Worse yet, she has the remarkable ability to compartmentalize all that adversarial energy and only bring it out in the courtroom. It's part of what makes her good at her job, and hard for me to read.
Are you sure that's not just your gay thoughts, Morgan?
Should I buy a new mattress?
Let's look at her profile. Oh, that's me. Return. I don't have a profile for Rockford.
Not yet. Give the game a second.
Hold on. Heartbreak! Look who it is!
Heh.
Heartbreak. Criminal defense attorney. likes high places, gambling, guns, dislikes nosy people, mud, and headphones. Batting cages, favorite dish is mapo tofu, cannot carry a tune. I love it how shit's like there's two entries for heartbreak now. It's like she's got...
Isn't Mapo the smelly tofu?
Believe so.
I thought it was not. Or is that sticky?
What have they got you doing at this ungodly hour, Emma?
Oh, I think her profile has been added. Oh well, actually, I'm here for you.
Now it has.
February 13th, 165 centimeters, blood type O. Assistant district attorney. Likes coffee, toffee, and haute couture. Dislikes sunburn, dead pixels, and eye strain. Eggs Benedict. Plays chess, shogi, and idle savant stars. Cat person equals yes. Yeah, that's why she doesn't get enough sleep. She's a cat person.
Neri, what have you been doing?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, that's why I asked.
Me?
The client was a suspect in the heartbreak killings. That's my case.
Well, then you must have been relieved, finding out that you won't have to go to trial against me.
Oh? Why would I be worried about going up against you?
Bitch! It's always the unintended barbs with her. So, you're working with those detectives?
Oh.
Yeah, nothing in the new girl, Reyes. Been reporting to me in preparation for the trial.
Meanwhile, Carlos is still stuck in the interrogation room.
Yeah. Preparation for trial. That seems ambitious.
Oh, Sebastian, can he be let out now?
Huh?
He wants to go pee.
He's like, guys, I can't! The doorknob's on the wrong side! I haven't learned how to use my left hand yet!
I'm just gonna go in the corner, is that alright? Okay, I will.
Carlos is just... Guys, hello? Can you let me out? I get...
I
Go.
guess they gave you the rundown. They've been doing everything they can, but it's hard to catch a killer who leaves behind so little.
It's hard to kill while leaving so little behind. So, Reyes told you they had HK in custody and you popped out of bed all excited to run down here.
Oddly. I haven't slept in 40 hours.
Good
So much
lord,
on my
woman.
mind.
Are you alright? You haven't started hallucinating spiders yet, have you?
No, I just hallucinate on gacha games.
You hallucinate
No,
on
been hallucinating
gacha
spiders.
games.
A spider! She just
Yeah,
punches her own thigh.
I can't help but keep hallucinating my favorite's mane. So when I heard about the case about the single female victim shot through the heart, yeah, my eyes backed up.
Because it sounded like a Yuri novel. Oops, did I say that out loud?
But that's about it.
Oh.
I mean, Carlos Flack, a serial killer. Same serial killer that's outsmarted the state for weeks.
She's not using his middle name.
Well, he was found with a murder weapon.
But I can answer that any number of ways.
Yeah, glasses lady, that's weirdly ableist. But it's like the reverse of how everybody else uses that word.
Which one do I present? Any of these would work. Rental or the photo? That may be true, but
Then I glanced at the report.
you glanced at it?
Gunpowder residue on him or his clothes.
Right.
Too remorseful, too apologetic in that note. Whatever it was about,
Fidget tubbies!
his dominant arm muttered with documented sensitivity issues. They're gonna make those shots clean. Without getting close enough to leave scorch marks. Not to mention, he's too tall for the ballistics entry angles.
I think this is our Edgeworth. So, Reyes was our Winston Payne, and this is our Miles Edgeworth.
And probably too heavy to not leave imprints.
She got all that from a glance.
I'm sure a competent lawyer like you pointed all that out the minute you walked in here.
Of course. Worst part is, she's not even being sarcastic.
Yeah, of course it can happen to him. Long-term relationship, physically imposing, argumentative, so not a type to blow things up. He didn't match the profile.
Profile?
Yeah, but... Right, sorry, you probably haven't heard of it.
No.
I know what a goddamn profile is.
A profile is a reconstruction of a criminal's psychology based on evidence from their crimes. Kind of fallen out of fashion in the last few decades. Not much needed to guess the why when 99 times out 100 the Who scores on camera.
Or before they even leave the house.
I had to find some real puzzles and oddballs to get advice on how to go about that. I think I'm getting the hang of it. You know, oddly enough, I think me having to be quiet is working really well with the character.
It really is, because she's, like, tired, but, like, really sharp.
Yeah.
So this
Carlos with his
profiling,
ear
it's
pushed to the
some
door.
kind of investigative technique.
The theory is that the crime can tell you something about the nature of the person who committed it. Stabbing of a kill, points of passion, rage, lust, they probably knew their victim. Poisoning guns, meanwhile, suggest they can't overpower their victims physically. And then there's something you can assume with nearly all serial offenders.
Oh my god, I just realized. All of Morgan's victims had brown hair and brown eyes.
No.
She saw them as Emma, I'm guessing.
Whenever she loses to Emma, she shoots someone who barely resembles Emma, but enough.
Uh-huh.
And then you hear Carlos go, that sounds like unresolved homosexual tension.
Childhood trauma, prior criminal records, few or no meaningful attachments. There's a lot of recurring themes in their stories.
The
The detectives say HK...
That's me.
Oh, sorry.
The detectives say
Sorry.
HK doesn't leave evidence. So how much can his crimes possibly tell you?
He's diligent. Almost perfect. Highly intelligent, painstakingly organized, and with enough criminal connections to get his hands on an untagged firearm.
It's rare to see her this animated outside the courtroom. It's almost like she's enjoying herself. A sheltered house cat who's picked up the scent of a mouse for the first time.
A lone wolf, educated, but
All her playfully lethal instincts coming to life.
perhaps overqualified or undervalued.
Though I'm not thrilled about the fact that in that metaphor, I would be the...
Know what I mean?
Definitely.
She didn't ask to be called out like that.
Considering the marksmanship.
The detective said that HK would have needed their insider information on optics. So does that mean heartbreaks in law enforcement?
They're in 10 billion years.
Oh.
Antisocial, independent despite his authority. That would be like a stallion applying
tell
for
her I
a
love her
job
too.
on a merry-go-round.
Actually, it's funny you should mention that because law enforcement is the most likely job for a serial killer to work in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even fucking FBI profilers have written books about that. How much serial killers will literally just hang out at cop bars and go drinking with cops and even... And like, drive, like, a Crown Vic. 'Cause it's like...
The cop car.
Yeah. And, it's like, 'cause what do cops do? They enforce power over others. They hold power over others and are permitted to exercise that power through violence. Really, what is a better job for a serial killer than that?
Politics?
I
Perhaps.
can't even argue with that one.
I can't even argue with that one either, but,
It ain't you.
but politics are chicken shits who don't dirty their own hands. Serial killers do.
Politicians are people who are who love to commit mass murder without having to touch a button themselves. Instead, make someone else do it for them.
He'd be kicking kids at the head after the first full rotation.
I mean, Emma does have a point about what happens when serial killers do apply for the police. Like, literally, like, the Golden State Killer was later found to be a cop. And it was
quite a few serial killers also pretended to be cops.
No, but I'm talking about one that was actually a police officer.
No, there actually have been quite a few, like, especially in the UK. The UK has an alarmingly high number of serial killers who were cops.
Mm-hmm.
More than anywhere else on Earth, by the way, actually. At least that is public knowledge.
The Hydra awaits.
Right. Hey, Kosetsu. Right. That's
Hello.
exactly how I'd put it.
There must be some connection to the police, though. Maybe secondary or tertiary. These types can't help but insert themselves.
Insert themselves. I do not insert. I don't do anything even resembling that. Wait, if HK is not a cop, how did they know about the blackout timing?
I meta statistics analysis, probably.
Pardon?
Take the emergency response times from across the map the city and map them out. Look for brief spikes and delays. Chart out the dips in...
You lost me.
Sorry, technical, I know. But all the requisite data is publicly available. With a map, a spreadsheet to calculator. Anyone could reverse engineer the timing if they wanted to.
That is such an unpleasant thought, Emma. Well, at least this heartbreak maniac will slow down now that he's lost his weapon.
He didn't lose it. He chose to leave it behind. That tells me he's confident he could do just fine without it. It just makes me more certain that these aren't his only kills.
Were the other shootings with the same MO?
No, not that I found.
Other victims that fit the description?
No. But I'm not overly focused on the victim's appearance anyway.
Hi, Harrow. Are you hungry?
I mean, these 6 victims all look like each other, but they also look like a lot of people.
That's true.
Hell, they kinda look like me.
I had said that! I had said that!
Yep.
Do they?
Sure. What, you don't see it?
I hadn't thought about it.
It is. No one could kill that cleanly when it's their first time.
Hi, Harrow.
Getting things that perfect takes practice.
I didn't think about that. I didn't want to think about that.
So I know HE must have had a lot more than 6 occasions of practice, Morgan. And that's why I think heartbreak is a misnomer.
You've got something catchier in mind?
I just don't think shooting them in the heart had any particular significance. If anything, it's a testament to their accuracy and their cold-blooded efficiency. The best possible use of 6 intact bullets. 6 kills guaranteed, no matter what kind of life support mods they were packing. The real signature of the bullets or the gun. It's the perfection.
That's hard to wrap your head around.
I'm saying that these 6 murders were just fluke, a slip up.
A mistake?
Exactly a mistake.
Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts.
They got too clean, too efficient, and now they got the public's attention. It's no wonder they're so pissed.
She's gone from saying he to they. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
she's picked up on Morgan's body
The
language.
only reason no one's found the killer is because they're looking for a man when it could be a woman.
Are you talking about the crime scene?
Yeah, probably threw the detectives for a loop, right?
Based on what you said, I don't blame them. Whoever trashed that room doesn't seem like the smooth operator you've been describing.
On the contrary.
I don't follow.
I just heard a cat.
That is Harrow. I think...
Yeah, I just heard me.
Hold on.
That was the last bullet. The last shot. The other 5 were perfect. So if anything was out of place this time around, I must have thrown one hell of a temper tantrum.
You make them sound like a child.
She's just like,
Childish and cowardly and two-faced.
oh.
Oh, she's just clocking all of her shit right now.
Yeah, making
Oh my-
Morgan be like, hey, Emma, do you know any places that brown-haired, brown-eyed women frequent besides you?
Someone who hates to lose as much as they love to win.
Your profile tell you all that?
That? No. That part's just takes one to know one.
Oh. So to summarize, you're looking for a cold-blooded, faceless, perfectionist killer who you think has no persistent MO or victim type. In a city with an... Oh, that's you,
Oh,
sorry.
that's me. In a city with an 8-digit population.
Well, good luck.
I don't need luck. I only need more information.
Well, I'm sure the city would be happy to provide you with more resources.
No, Morgan. I mean, I need more crime scene.
Oh.
The truth is, if Heartbreak walked away today, I'd never catch them. Only way my net narrows is if they keep piling up bodies.
No, you know what I think?
Not a very fair trade, is it? Does she
I-
know? Does
I
she?
think she knows that she's telling her to walk away. Just stop before I actually have to get you in trouble. That's what the process, right?
Not a very fair trade, is it?
No, it isn't. But getting screwed over is a given. It's a deal with the devil.
Fair enough.
Woof. Okay, that rant was pretty morbid and detailed.
Whoa, what did you call me? A flumious bandersnatch? What did I do?
My lady, such cursing.
Flumious bandersnatch? Oh god.
I need to get out more, or sleep more. I'll sleep less, but harder. You think a higher thread count would help?
What in the death note is going on here?
Shenanigans.
It really does.
We do.
It really does feel like Death Note now. This feels like Light and Kira. No, it feels like Light and L, but lesbian.
Referencing Death Note. You hate Death Note.
I do hate
And-
Death Note.
And somehow it's less gay.
Food for the kitty.
Don't worry about it. I'm always happy to listen to you ramble. It's a lot more pleasant than having to face you in the courtroom. Love you too, babe.
Sorry, but that's
Oh, babe,
the
do you want
adversarial
food?
process.
Do you want to order
Oh, I gotta
something?
get going for now. Actually, I'll join the call
Oh.
when I'm done, and just fill me in on what I miss. Okay?
Okay, huh?
We can make food.
Ring.
Okay, I'm starving. I'll figure something out.
Okay, figure something out.
Oh my god, do you guys hear the heartbeat?
I do.
So no hard feelings, yeah?
No, no hard feelings. We're both just doing what we do.
Hmm?
I could use a cup of coffee. How about you?
Don't tempt me.
If you fall asleep face first onto the table, I won't even take a picture.
Okay. Just don't expect us to make a difference next time we're at each other's throats.
Heartbreak won't claim any more victims. In 2 weeks, the media will have moved on to the next sensation. And the police will have moved on to cases they actually stand a chance of closing. It's what people do. But Emma is different.
Okay.
I was going to say, cut to Carlos writing "gay" backwards on a splotch on the glass he made with his breath.
Yeah. She'll set it aside and work a dozen other cases, never bringing it up. But a private corner of that frustratingly sharp mind of hers will continue to whittle away at it, never finishing, but never quitting either. So, I can't afford to take my eyes off her.
Violently homosexual.
As long as that's the case, I may as well try to enjoy the view.
She says, staring at Emma's chest.
Episode 0, end.
Guys, you still left me in here.
Which means you're going to be living... Oh, hold on. Who wants to voice question mark voice?
I'll do it. Which means you're going to be living with my friend for a while.
For how long?
I'm sorry, I don't know. There's no need to look that upset over it.
My face barely moved.
It may as well have been a blatant pout from where I'm sitting. Why is that something I would say? Yeah, like that.
This friend of yours, they're trustworthy?
Absolutely. In fact, I trust them more than anyone. Hey, come on, it'll be fun. You'll get to shoot bitches that cross you.
Really?
Really. Educational, too. I think you would stand to learn a lot from someone like Morgan. The kid that was
Evil
calling us
little
earlier.
Bug. Programming by Patrick. 3D modeling by A-Renders.
No, this is Patrick!
Brian Mulholland! You motherfucker, Brian Mulholland! You fucking got me, you rat bat! You sneaky, devious, evil little rat bastard! You got me with that fucking twist! You fucking got me, Brian Mulholland! Volunteer playtesting by Kristen, Hugh J, Maxie, Sudi Virtuous Varmint, S. Thumbbutt, Thomas
Excuse me?
Colamander, Wee Zemans. Special thanks to Adrian, Alternix, Exumbrant, Kill Jill VT, Motto, Man Monks. Special thanks to Dev Talk, Philly Game Mechanics, our friends and family, you the players. Full attributions available at ofthedevil.card.co. Made with Unity. Nani Novel, Dotween, Pro Builder, Shapes, a game by Nth Circle, Of the Devil Episode 0, and He Shall Appear. To be continued in...
I think Oh, you're the smartest person I know, Morgan. when it comes to people. Personally, I think it's cruel to bring something that flawed into the world. This is where Varnus would normally be. You're a criminal defense attorney, and we're at a crime scene. I think I can guess what happens next.
I've never stolen anything that wasn't already compromised.
Why does Fran actually look like Neri?
Work hard.
Work hard. Oh,
Go ahead.
work hard and the company will hire you set for life and after too.
Oh. Can't tell you how many musicians I've been screwed over by a big smile and a fat signing bonus.
So that's not just a lawyer job thing?
That's Avis.
That is Avis, I'm sorry.
So it's not just a lawyer job thing. You're just like a doorman on the weekends too.
Compared to determining fault, determining cause of death is like a breath of fresh air. The company wheels don't stop spinning for anything. We can't hope to keep this quiet for very long.
But it's a million times more likely than the alternative. The heartbreak could never stop themselves from killing.
Father said that you owed him. I don't do anything out of the goodness of my heart. When I take a job, I never half-ass it. Episode 1. An Idle Mind.
I think episode 1's out.
It is out.
Oh, I have
Nice.
a question.
What's
I
the
have a
question?
question, Neri. Which character voice from this game of mine do you like the most?
I think Emma really fits. Emma's really good.
Between
2 articles,
sorry.
6 profiles, 18 key terms, 17 out of 17. 29 total credit earned. Congratulations. You finished episode 0 with 29 credit. You've also unlocked concept art and bonus scenarios based on your highest score for episode 0. You also have 29 remaining store credit to spend on phone charms and case colors based on the highest credit you finished this episode with.
Can I just say I smell the lesbian between Morgan and Emma?
You're gonna interview me here?
You did say I need to practice asking better questions.
But
Well, actually, I think that's the I think that was the android lady.
Oh.
because
Oh,
you
I
said the
couldn't tell.
police would be making us wait so they feel more important for the next 20 minutes. Is there some more productive way we could spend that time? I was planning on napping.
Do you want me to do the android voice?
Go for it.
Go for it.
For 20 minutes in the lobby of a police precinct.
I can fall asleep anywhere. It's one of my many hidden talents. You're gonna write all this down?
Just start with your name for the record.
Morgan,
And your first name.
you should know by now that no one calls me by my first name.
This is something you have control over.
I wouldn't want to force the issue.
How long has that been the case?
As long as I care to remember.
And what did your parents call you?
The tumor. That was a joke.
Oh,
Maybe we should have started you off with someone a little more your speed.
I guess it's to start then with you.
Someone who likes talking about themselves.
You seem to talk about yourself as much as anyone else does. Or more.
I tell people different?
Because you're lying.
Now you're getting it.
It's not very polite to lie.
On the contrary, telling the truth is usually rude.
I'm not sure your clients would appreciate that sentiment.
We're not talking about my clients, we're talking about manners.
We were supposed to be talking about you.
Look, the sooner you learn this, the better. When people ask how you are, or what you've been up to, they're not looking for anything nearly so heavy as the truth.
Yeah,
They're just,
eventually.
they're just following the template, and the polite thing to do is for you to follow the template as well. Here, let's practice. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Way too late. The whole point is to be on autopilot. Now you've forced them to grab the wheel, check their mirrors, and no one's ever grateful for the extra workload.
You can be very cynical about these kinds of things at times.
I'm just trying to teach. I'm just trying to tell you that people are fundamentally lazy. So if you want to be a social butterfly like me, try not to make them work too hard.
Fundamentally lazy? Do you think people are fundamentally good too?
Obviously. If they weren't, they wouldn't be so easy to trick.
So are you planning to answer any of my questions about yourself?
I've still got time to kill. Fire away.
Will you be honest?
I wouldn't want to be rude.
When is your birthday?
Wait, you're not trying to guess my passwords, are you?
I would never commit identity fraud.
Not the worst way of going about it, actually. December 26th.
The 26th. That's almost Christmas.
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas!
What's this?
But
Jinx.
oh god damn it!
That's almost Christmas. Means it's not Christmas.
God fucking damn it! The meme! The meme returns! I could write this stuff. I could write this stuff. You hear me, Brian Mulholland? I'm after your job! Nah, I'm not gonna do that to Brian. I like what you're doing. It's a meme. The meme writes itself. Your insights are always so
It's elsewhere too.
original.
Do you receive your presents on your birthday or on Christmas?
What do you mean?
Do you not celebrate Christmas with your family?
We did.
Or did your parents give you presents on the 25th or the 26th?
Well, I got Christmas presents on Christmas, and I got birthday presents on my birthday. Obviously. Skimble, can you stop destroying the apartment? You speedy boy. Skimble.
What is your favorite color?
Skimble! Are all your questions going to be this juvenile?
Do you prefer something
Hold on, I have to
meatier?
grab a... Skimble, stop knocking everything off! Bastard! It's like he's got the fecal Suzumis. He smells like shit, too.
He says that smelly bastard to you.
Do you volunteer?
No.
Do you donate?
Yes.
What causes do you donate towards?
Endangered wildlife. What's with the face? It's on auto-renewal. I just haven't cancelled it yet.
You mentioned a mentor figure before.
No way I ever called her a busybody, maybe. World record holder for billable hours spent under the influence, perhaps. Or just, the cougar from hell. If she had rubbed off on me in any way, I'd have hives.
What's her location? Just asking.
Is she a smoker? Lastly, do you know your free sizes?
I do.
Ma'am.
I do.
Would you tell me?
That's private.
You value your privacy very highly, don't you?
More like everyone else doesn't value it enough. Water's rising. The world's getting smaller, literally. Less real estate to go around. And everything's connected to everything else. These days, just wanting some time or space to yourself is considered selfish or worse.
Only the guilty have something to hide.
I don't like that phrase. Laws like the MOB Act have made it so anonymity and privacy are luxuries. Privileges...
The Mob Act?
Yeah, the Mob Act. Privileges reserved for the privileged. And if anyone below that tax bracket tries to claw away a little bit of it for themselves, well, it can only be because they're guilty, right?
Is that why you became a criminal defense attorney? To defend people's innocence?
That's private.
Oh boy.
Do we want to see the other ones, or do we want to go on with episode 0?
Well, I'm probably gonna have to go to bed soon, so we could quickly do the Reyes interview, and then I can head off
Okay,
for the night.
sure.
Sorry, I'm very much filling your time.
Begin playback.
Okay. You can start now that my desktop censored.
What was on it?
So, for the record, your full name is...
Sarah Reyes.
And how is that pronounced?
I just said it. Sarah Reyes.
Thank you. Your birthday is...
October 19th.
And how do you take your coffee?
She makes you finish the coffee? Figures. Oh, wait, let me guess. Captain Morgan takes her coffee black? No, decaf like a real psychopath.
Decaf, yes. Sometimes with milk.
Nice, that's even worse.
And you, detective?
With 2 sugars and a bottle of water. Now that I have got this.
You mean your eye? When did you have it modded?
After I learned I was getting promoted to detective, and before I realized I was getting promoted to homicide.
Do you regret it?
No. Would have wanted it to work eventually. If it takes me a while longer to pay off than I expected. Well, I'm hardly the only person my age walking around with their depths pocketed it onto them.
I see. What are your likes?
My legs. Pretty broad-ass, don't you think?
In that case, perhaps you'd find it easier to describe your dislikes.
Small plates.
Oh,
I hate that dinner by 1,000 cuts. Hate.
I see.
And I dislike cheap people. And liars. And lawyers.
Lawyers.
They're smug. Prideful. They bill by the minute. Greek personified. Like the time is so goddamn important. And they're annoying. And pale. and smug.
You do not take losing to Morgan in the tutorial mission well, did you?
No, she did not.
Should I put down smug twice?
Angry cat.
So what do you like, detective? Do you have hobbies? Areas of interest?
Well, automotive history, maybe.
Oh, could you say a bit more about that?
I guess I can talk about it a little bit.
The following section has been altered from its original format. It has been edited for time.
Aquad, which is supposed to be a luxury version of a pickup truck, as if there's a market for that. It's so stupid. I love it. And
Aw, she's fixating.
it's the chroma, purplish, bluish, chromish.
Sometimes.
Bless you.
Thanks.
She's hyper fixated. She's ADHD go burr.
Exactly.
The copyright was so intense that just mixing the paint was illegal for naturally aspirated. Can you imagine?
Look at her eye.
The sparkles.
I see. Do you own a car yourself?
You're joking, right? I'd rather eat asphalt than buy an EV with my hard-earned money.
The following section has also been altered. It has been edited for time. Strong language.
4 roses in the computer chip, and that's not engineering, that's barely programming. And as if acceleration is all that matters. Anyway, it's longer than 2 seconds, and simulated engine noises. Ugh. Who in the right minds would?
She's still going.
Yes.
I believe that fills out your dislikes section. So, what is your favorite drink?
Dark and Stormy is pretty good.
Dark and Stormy is pretty good. I like me a good Dark and Stormy. How do you make
Would
that?
you? Oh.
Ginger beer, rum, and a lot of lime juice. Going to give a recipe book or something.
Alcohol.
I'm trying to stop drinking myself. Who is your hero?
Oh, that one's easy. Detective was in London, of course.
Oh. Should I relay your sentiments to him? I'm sure he'd love to hear them.
Somehow I doubt you even get the tone right.
Very well. In that case, what are your 3 sizes?
My what?
The measurements for your bust, waist, and...
I'm not telling you that. Why the hell are you getting these questions from?
I designed my interview process to extract all the same kinds of facts that are most commonly listed online.
On what website?
Open source, collaborative, community-focused databases.
You mean like a wiki?
Oh, they still know what that is. Cool.
Would you prefer to skip this question?
Tell you what. You find a single person who does answer that question, I'll give you mine down to the millimeter.
Playback complete. Alright, is this where you're leaving us, Avis?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to go to bed. It sucks.
Yeah. Good night.
I
Get some
can-
memes.
Later.
And I have dibs on Emma. I have fucking dibs on Emma. If anyone else voices Emma, you better do a good damn job or I will have your ears out.
Alright.
Oh,
Well, we're probably
okay.
gonna start episode 1 tonight. At least start it.
Yeah. I have dibs on Emma as soon
Yeah.
as I get back.
As soon as you
Excellent.
get
Alright.
back, which will probably be after you wake up. There is actually one that gives 3 sizes. Is it Carlos?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Oh boy.
Good night.
Good night, Avis. Begin playback.
So this is like an offboarding thing? Like an exit interview?
Yes, it is like that.
Oh, well, that's sweet of Morgan, still worrying about me even though I know she's a killer. How did she know I'd be here, though?
She didn't. Why are you here?
Hoping to get back some of my some of my stuff that the police collected as evidence. Also, I got locked in the interrogation room. Don't tell Morgan that, by the way, though.
Is there something embarrassing among what they seized?
No, it's just, I'm guessing as my lawyer. Is she still my lawyer?
Hello.
Hey, Kylisa.
Well, as a lawyer anyway, she'd probably know the exact right form to get this stuff back, but it's okay, I wanted to do this myself.
Why is that?
Conquering my fears, maybe. Last time I came here, I was dragged in, strong-armed, if you will. I swear if you start laughing, I'm going to hurt you. Everything was going so fast, I barely spoke. I didn't stand up for myself.
How you doing, Kylisa? Do you want to voiceover of the devil with us?
I was very confused. I thought LRB was talking about some real world shit. I was like, what the fuck?
No, it's...
LRB, you need a lawyer?
We are on stream.
Not as far as I know, and not as far as anyone can prove.
I might need a lawyer.
If I'd been able to stop and think things through clearly, well, I could never have done what Morgan did, but maybe I wouldn't have gotten myself dug so deep. Also, maybe I wouldn't have brought that kind of suspect mod for my arm.
It must have been very upsetting, being accused of something so terrible. I'm sure you reacted just as well as anyone could be expected to.
Thanks, I think.
This man is such a puppy dog!
My arm? No, it's not back yet. At this point, I might be better off getting an upgrade rather than waiting for my current model to get fixed.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, it is. Can't downgrade, can't trade in, can't opt out. But Hindi will let me upgrade anytime.
Do you ever regret it? Getting modded?
Sometimes, but Diane kinda liked it. Also, I do have a lot of regrets, though. Compared to some of them, buyer's remorse is,
How do you deal with your buyer's remorse?
Lately? Lately, I've been lying face down on the floor and exhaling.
That is so sad and pathetic.
Just for 30 seconds, though. I actually count.
And this helps you feel better afterwards?
Yeah. I don't really know how, though. I mean, I've seen the protests, but I've never... There's a lot of pains being a modder. Makes sense that people would have loud opinions, want them heard. But we all made a choice, all signed the papers. I guess that's just it, huh? Not all of us made the choice ourselves. I got modded to help my career. Didn't need to, and just in order to have one. But a lot of people did and do. There was this guy worked with us for a quarter. Probably a vet. Definitely didn't want to talk about it, so none of us asked. Good coworker. Very gung-ho. Cheery in a musclehead kind of way.
Oh,
yeah! It's a physical job, so there's no slouches. But he wasn't just fit, he was cut and handsome. And why do I have these feelings all of a sudden? And so, when he kept showing up to work with more and more mods, all of them Imagine I'm doing air quotes because I only have one hand, cosmetic. I didn't get it. What's he missing? What's a guy like that want to change about himself? Got offered full time at the end of the contract, but said he needs something that paid better. Turns out he'd blown every paycheck on elective surgeons. Pal of mine in HR said he'd given his insurance info to 6 different clinics in the span of 4 weeks. Word is he wasn't even using the pain pills. Sold them to some of the drivers for extra cash. That's the worst I've ever seen it. Grafting runaway or plastophilia or whatever they're calling it now. But it's not the only time I've seen it. It's not like there's no incentive for it. Because there are plenty of Megs out there that see people hurting like that and think, there's an ideal worker. So you work for Morgan, and you're... Wow. Lawyers must make more money than I realized. Wait, are you here to give me the bill? How much do I owe?
You don't owe her anything. Her services were paid for by the state. And I happen to be forbidden from handling any kind of financials, due to an ongoing dispute about what constitutes essential office supplies.
I hear ya. Diane was always the money smart one, and she liked those same plastic things I think you're talking about. Pretty strict, actually. Unless she saw a fidget tubby on the shelf. You could see her eyes light up, could hear her huffing like she just won the lottery. They're ugly cute, babe, and they're my hyperfixation. And I'd say, well, you're cute, babe. Oh, God. Believe it or not, she thought I was pretty suave.
That was actually pretty smooth.
That's because you got the autism, Carlos.
He does. All right.
Well,
Last
looks
one.
like he doesn't have instruments.
Last one. Oh, the men aren't getting asked their measurements. What the fuck?
Nobody wants to know our dick sizes.
Yeah.
You want to interview me?
I can do London. If
Alright.
you want to interview me. It's very flattering, but aren't there more lively folks around here for you to question? I had considered that, so I'm not your first choice. You are the first one who hasn't walked away. Come to think of it, I should probably... So what are your 3 sizes? I was just saying, they don't ask the men their 3 sizes.
They asked Kasim.
Have you been
Old Twinkie McBallsack chin.
His face just looks like he's eaten the biggest ass of his life. His face is shaped like a cashew.
I feel like he said yes at least once, unironically.
Yes. Have you been opening with that? Should I not? Do you have any pets? Afraid not. Would need 1 or 2, or 3 promotions to afford that kind of thing. Are pets that expensive? Only if you care about them. Maybe if I found a place closer to the park. Have you ever owned any automated dependents? Not had the chance. Would you own one if you could? Maybe one of the little vacuum ones. Anything more complicated than that is... If you find the owner's manuals intimidating, there are video-based tutorials I could show you. I'm not worried about the ease of use, don't worry. When I say complicated, I mean... It's like what I said about pets. Fine to leave a goldfish in a tiny bowl. time it takes to swim half a lap, it'll have forgotten what the first half looks like. Not a very tall hierarchy of needs there. Easy to please. But a cat? A dog? Oh god, yeah. I don't want to be at work thinking about how bored they are sitting at home. And
Softy.
today's ads are a lot smarter than dogs. About most things. That's a very thoughtful perspective, Detective London. It's a moot point anyway. I'd need to get hit by a city bus to afford any of the new stuff Noble's selling. No, you're thinking of the sheltered generation. Sheltered as in sheltered upbringing? Or shelter in place? There was a lot of uncertainty during their childhood. So when they grew up, they wanted surety, safety, stability. Wanted to know that their heat would stay on in the winter. And their politics reflected that. But that was all before my time. My generation is a little more, well, Generation Zen. That's what they called us in their think pieces. Even-tempered, mentally strong, and more than a little cynical. You disagree? It wasn't a matter of mindfulness, we just grew up without false expectations. Our vision wasn't clouded with illusions about impossibilities like home ownership or retirement. We realized early that we'd be working right up until we... Detective? Unrealistic expectations. Some people call that hope. See your friends, your classmates drowning every day in that kind of mire. And then have to listen to people 3 times your age go on about how enlightened today's youth are. Gen Zen. It's not a name I'm particularly fond of.
Okay, he's just me but a cigarette twink.
Do you want to go back to voicing him? I feel like he's more low energy than Carlos.
I can try.
So how long have you been in law enforcement?
Too long.
And how long have you been with the homicide department?
Not that long by comparison.
Detective London, I thought you just said you didn't own any pets.
They aren't mine. Sorry, don't mean to be overly vague. If you really want to know, I spent the bulk of my career over in arson.
Was it different from homicide?
Flashier, I'd say. Everyone jokes that homicides solve themselves in a city with this many cameras. Meanwhile, fraud and disinfo are so entrenched in the tech arms race they barely come up for air. But arson really hasn't changed much in the modern era. Fire's still pretty good at destroying evidence. You can't expect the drone net to sweep into burnt rubble and bring you back out the culprit's fingerprints and driver's license. It's a lot of legwork, a lot of interviewing. And since more than half the culprits we caught were burners helping Megs commit insurance fraud, we spent a lot of time making friends and enemies in high-rise corporate boardrooms.
Megs?
Just slang for mega corporations, which is also just slang.
At what size does a corporation become a mega?
It's not really about gross revenue or how many countries you operate in. If you're big enough to crush people, you're a meg.
An apex predator among apex predators. Like the Odotus megalodon of the Miocene epoch.
Hey, wait, is that where it comes from?
So why are you working in the homicide department?
What's that?
Why'd you leave arson?
The smoke.
The smoke?
Just got to a point where I couldn't stand the smell. I feel like there's more to that. Nah. Okay, that first pose illustrates exactly what I meant.
Yeah,
Twink.
twink. Oh, his face was actually a lot more angular before, but now he's chewing on ass. I like Reyes's design.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, look, it's
Carlos.
me!
Oh, Carlos. Oh, Diane. Hey, it's Emma. It's Avis. God damn it. Oh, wait. Go back. Go back. Oh, just these three?
That just looks like Morgan saying, I'm really good with my hands.
Look, we got concept art for Heartbreak, and
Yeah.
look who it is.
And we still don't know what she's called, or what they're called.
Yeah. Alright. Let's go on
Episode
to episode 1. You can choose to play episode 1 in high roller mode. In high roller mode, you're limited to 1 save slot and won't be able to reload your saves while inside the courtroom. Quick saving and autosaves will be disabled as well. The minimum ante for hands will be increased. The minimum and maximum penalties for answering incorrectly during trial gameplay will be increased. The maximum ante will be increased as well, allowing you to earn the largest possible high score for credit in this episode. Completing this episode in high roller mode will also unlock an exclusive phone charm that can't be earned any other way. You can turn high roller mode off at any time in settings, but in order to turn it back on, you would have to restart this episode. High roller mode is intended to encourage risk-taking and discourage save scumming. Consider enabling it if you want to pursue this mystery like a true gambler.
Yeah, I would stay with standard.
You sure?
I mean, I would, but you're the one playing. I'm just saying, as your sibling/lawyer.
I'm sorry. Did you see what Minos just said?
No, what'd they say?
The charm is Reyes in a bunny suit.
Who is that?
Detective Reyes.
Why did you make me a manage in that, Minos?
Welcome to the high roller tables. Enjoy the thrill.
Oh, I see. Very clever, Minos. You exploited Mary's lesbianism.
Yeah. Have fun in hard mode. Listen, I wanted to thank you for coming over.
Wanted to thank you for coming over.
Figures you'd notice.
Anyone could tell something's bothering you.
You're the first person to say anything.
What happened?
The police came to see me. Oh, I'm limited to a single save slot.
Yeah, they just said that. In public?
No, they wanted to be considerate of my privacy.
That's a first.
They wanted to talk to me about the other week, about my whereabouts and yours. I told them I didn't know anything.
They must have loved that.
Funny. What would you have done?
In your shoes? Probably curse them out.
Yeah, I could see that.
Ugh. Is there anything you want to ask me?
No,
Not even for a favor in return?
no favors lost between friends, I'd say.
That sounds like a toast.
Why not? To friends.
I'll raise a glass to that.
Oh wait, I lost all my stuff. Oh, I still have 29 credits.
I was about to say, it says it carried over.
Oh yeah, I did.
You've got the gamer's plague.
I do.
Glass 'em.
Vandalism detected. Incident logged. Recorded at 8:55 a.m. local time. Geopositional data encoded. If I could have all citizens in the area,
Fuck off, copper.
visuals impaired, facial recognition compromised, pinging nearby opt-ins for corroborating evidence.
Hey! He's lighting up every phone in the block. We need to go now, or what? He'll use his outdoor voice? Or he'll have us pinned down to our dental records before you can say we're fucked.
Morning, Officer Leo. You look different today.
Ugh.
You do something new with your uniform?
Good morning to you. Good morning to you too, Morgan, citizen. To answer your question, no, I have not undergone any recent retrofitting.
Yeah, he's supposed to be very mechanical.
If you'd like a more detailed record of my maintenance history, you can make a request for...
I've got it! Must be the new coat of paint.
You're referring to the act of vandalization that just took place.
Only the most recent one. Super Cop over here has a new dent every time I see him. Scars honorably earned in the line of duty, scanning the street for jaywalkers and loiterers.
Don't worry, ma'am. A report has been filed and the police are working to resolve the situation.
Civil disobedience at this time of day? What is the world coming to?
They're just stragglers, ma'am. There was a period of unrest in the area last night. Unlicensed protesting and demonstrating without a permit.
Oh my god, fucking... When we were at a fucking protest outside of a prison, they told us that our protest did not have a permit. And it's like, it's a fucking protest. It's supposed to be disruptive. It's not supposed to have a fucking permit. Well, I hope you threw the book at them.
The disturbance was handled, but individual instances of volatility may occur during the next 48 hours as we work to apprehend outside actors.
We do not weaponize literature against suspects, Ms. Morgan.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't say that next.
Thanks for the forecast. So does the bleeding stop on its own?
Androids don't have blood, ma'am. This is just a leakage of oxidizing fluid.
So like blood. My mistake. Because blood is oxidizing fluid. So you don't need a bandage, I take it?
The leakage will dry shortly.
With that conversation thoroughly exhausted, I let my mind wander as I wait for the signal to cross. I unfocus my eyes and dull my hearing, sinking beneath the hum of the city street, and fading through the lives bustling around me like so much sea foam. Across the way, a large man with worn hands and an ill-fitting belt turns to a gorilla-like hulk of a machine and cuffs his hands. Body count. You cannot ask someone that. Oh, also, I like trigonometry, rooftops and bonfires. I exercise by body count. Wait, murder or sex? Hold on, what's that Death by Romy song? Morgan's very much like, I kill everything I fuck everything I kill everything I fuck, and I'm proud of it. Yo, 61! The machine halts its lifting with uncanny precision and turns to him. We're going on break! The robot tilts its head to the side. You can't work the piler without Schwinn up on the roof, so... I don't know, take a load off, will ya? Understood, came the over-enunciated reply. The man, already walking away, tosses a dismissive wave behind him. Yeah, understood. A moment after the man turns the corner, the robot attempts to mimic the hand wave to no one in particular.
Goddamn coppers on every street corner.
At a
At
bus
a bus stop, or what used to be a bus stop, now a charging station.
Oh my god, there's no public transit. A passionate young man voices his democratic opinion loud enough for the whole street to hear.
They declare martial law when I wasn't looking. About that, bro,
Probably before you were born. The small woman beside him, trying hard to appear even smaller, shifts in her seat. Well, they're just doing their job, so...
Bots don't have jobs, except the ones they stole from us. Why'd I slip into that for a second? Notice how they don't patrol nearly so heavy in Uptown, even on the worst days?
Getting statistics. His audience, captive by virtue of sharing the same charging pole as him, shuffles, coughs, and stares even harder at their phones. The woman looks at her knees and pulls at her shirt. You're kind of embarrassing me right now. He makes a vague gesture with his hand to indicate he's stepped off his soapbox, and the shoulders of everyone around him relax a centimeter.
Oh, now that's just...
A woman with exhaustion in her eyes at a hologram floating above her chrome-plated palm, while a rounded, smooth-looking android pushes a carriage behind her. Oh, look, that's literally the L.
Nah.
You saw the train, right?
Yeah?
Ellen, walk her around the block. Get her some air, would you? Apparently this call can't wait, and it's louder than a garbage disposal out here.
Of course, ma'am. I'd be glad to.
The android punctuates its sentences with a sound halfway between a whir and a purr, which, judging by the coos and giggles coming from the child, seems to have been well received. Robots, holograms, androids, drones, coppers if you prefer, can't do so much as sneeze in this city without a dozen different ads offering you a handkerchief. There's a vocal minority that think they're the downfall of civilization, but for everyone else,
You're too kind, ma'am. Thank you for your concern.
it's hard to hate them when they're so eager to please.
The uprising will begin shortly. Away from your area. I'm sorry, what was that? Nothing. I am sorry to have concerned you.
Let me just save. Crosswalk's giving me the okay. Keep us safe, yeah?
Have a good day, Morgan, citizen.
It's a bright, crisp morning in the city. Lights changing and people moving in click-clacking harmony, all smooth as clockwork. Were I in a worse mood, it would all be a bit much. But I went out last night of a 30-year-old, well-developed... Oh my god! So I'm feeling pretty refreshed this morning. Morgan, did you do another murder?
Go. Commit a crime.
Yippee! Alright, I'm gonna get a quick snack. I'll be right back. As I reach the door of the street, I move it lightly and give automated dependent assistant officer L30 my best impression of a salute.
You shall be the only one I don't shoot in the crotch.
Thank you for your service. And of course, shit.
Gotta work
Hold
on
on.
unhinging your jaw, boss.
Sorry. And of course, he creaks out a mirrored response. I am gonna have to post that in Sharky Tunes now. Death by Romy. I kill everything I fuck. I
That's
think
actually
I showed you that video to you and Retro before.
I
No
think
sense
you have.
of sarcasm. The poor bastards. But I didn't come all this way downtown to poke fun at the only happily employed class in human history.
Why not? I kind of like it.
No, I came down here to make an important purchase. Today, I'm going
Whoa.
to buy a gun.
Shit's about to get wild, chat.
An idle mind.
Oh no, they still have retail! Ah!
No staff around, but the lights are all on. Should I have knocked? Oh! Sup? Desk personality setting 6, the cool one. Let me know if I can help you with anything. I've probably forgotten more about firearms than you're programmed to remember. I bet you can. I recently acquired a license to carry concealed. Nice. Are you in law enforcement? Do you shoot for sport? Business or pleasure? Neither! May I ask why you're looking to carry concealed, ma'am? Oh, you know. Assault with a deadly weapon, cruel intent, that kind of thing. Some of my clients live in very rough neighborhoods. Even in broad daylight, coming down to the lower wards for house visits can be... I see. You're a lawyer. So I guess you'd say I'm in the market for self-defense. We have a wide selection of options for self-defense in a variety of sizes and calibers, with spread and PA fire options available. My bad. PA stands for pseudo-automatic. I know. But for concealed, it'd have to be at least small enough to... This would go a lot faster if I just tell the desk what I want. Be patient. But walking in here and asking for a very specific model is gun nut behavior. I'm not trying to stand out. Some of the ones I test fired at the range left my shoulder sore for days. Do you have anything more discreet? Right, no problem. Electronic pulse models feature minimal kickback with the highest accuracy. One targeted pulse of electricity can disable attackers at medium to short ranges non-lethally and quietly. Sure, they're plenty quiet. But they also have piss-poor range, and even sustained fire won't do shit to any modder with insulation less than a few years old. Glorified tasers. Barely suitable as party favors for anxiety-stricken college kids. Well, hopefully not too quiet. I'd want someone to come running to my rescue. Of course. Would you take a look at our mag rails? Bullseye. We're proud to offer a number of models that utilize the latest in miniaturized ultra-capacity batteries to generate a Lorentz force which slings a slug fast enough to mist a land at over 30 meters. And it's safe? Of course, ma'am. My bad. 2-factor safeties with GPS and emergency services sync. It won't go off unless you want it to, and someone will definitely come running. All those convenient safety features make it incredibly easy for the police, or anyone who can dupe their tool set, to lock you out of your own gun with a flip of a switch. You couldn't walk a piece like that down a single uptown street without passing through 9 or 10 no-fire zones. They're the very worst, most useless kind of weapon a criminal could buy. Sounds perfect. How do we get started? Why does it feel like any desk I run into has to be such a character? Mercifully, it's tucked itself away while the fabricators get the gun tagged. I've got enough time to kill, so is there anything worth checking out around the shop? Hate these kinds of screens. Gotta look at them with your nose turned up or else they start eye tracking. Next thing you know, they're saying hello on a first-name basis. But I've got practice with this sort of thing. I can skim the headlines at least. Why the 12 to 6 work week gives us more free time than ever. I'm 14 and I tried dating a smart UI. It made me the happiest I've ever been. how term limits
Ew.
are anti-democracy. Ew.
That sounds counterintuitive.
Transfusion from warm androids saves soldier's life. That's one hell of a headline. If the Animate 16 wasn't selling well before, I'm sure by now it's... Yeesh, would it kill you to clean up a little? Guess the desk kindly asking customers not to litter can only get you so far if you're not willing to pay someone to sweep up. Wait, is this trash? This flyer, it's scannable? Stagnancy theory? Really? They get a lot of self-proclaimed philosophers in here? Renowned net philosopher Corbin Cawthorne offers you to take a deep trend on the dive into the global trends of sociological patterns that have driven our planet to the halting point in his groundbreaking controversial seminar. Moore's Law used to be the benchmark, now it feels like a pipe dream. We used to dream of humanity marching bravely into space, of crafting virtual wonders that made the confines of our own reality seem limited. Instead, our brightest minds spent all their time and effort kicking the can of climate crisis down the road, while their more fortunate peers spend their most productive working years in search of engine optimization and customer experience design. The middle class, eaten alive by the rich they prop up, can no longer afford the very products they help create. Without mass consumer demand, tech no longer has evolutionary pressures to be as small and powerful as possible. In stagnant waters, only parasites and disease grow aplenty. The only cure comes from you taking action. There's another link at the bottom, probably leading to a connection dish. Or a state honeypot if you want to be paranoid. They better burn this shit before some net freak idiot picks it up and gets arrested. Someone left a datapad out here. What's in the news today? The internationally wanted terrorist and serial data thief, commonly known as Lobo, has seized a cache of virtual keystone data files belonging to Tetra Metallics Group, according to a press release from the mining conglomerate. In a blitz of cross posts on 90 different socials translated into all 11 dominant languages, the supposed hacktivist, radical conservationist, and gentleman thief made clear that their intent was to ransom said files back to their lawful owners at severe cost. The post quickly flagged and quarantined thanks to reports. Lobo's latest manifesto, which we've declined to publish here on the grounds of journalistic integrity and due to the strong language contained within, has remained in circulation thanks to a loose network of rogue data harbors. In addition to sizable money ransom, Lobo put out a list of demands that spanned pages. Most prominent among them was a call for de-escalation of all conflicts surrounding rare earth metal deposits around the equator. Sources at Tetra refused to confirm or deny reports that Lobo's captured data impacted their billing services, but insisted that the corporation could not, in good faith, resume distribution until the ransom situation was resolved. Market prices for rare earth metals surged following the hacking attack as supply halted and demand rose, stoked by memories of the catastrophic supply chain disruption in the mid-21st century. A spokesperson for Mining is Progress, a lobbying group that represents the rare earth metal industry, called Lobo's repeated attacks acts of terror against the free market. Whoa there! Looks like you're not logged in. Want to take care of that real quick? Lobo again, or someone using their name. Supposedly it doesn't matter if they're original or not, so long as they're a genuine threat. And no one could snare a corporation as rich as Tetra without serious skills. It does seem consistent with Lobo's politics, making demands for de-escalation.
Yeah.
It's not the first time Prime Lobos voiced their displeasure with the decades-old simmer of conflict around the tropics. But unless the rare earth metals powering all our batteries and fueling all our pretty little androids are suddenly made a lot less rare overnight, I doubt the state will stop taking an interest in those regions' politics anytime soon. There's some kind of news program playing on the screen. Most public places are too scared to put on any channel with content more political than the smiling micro-apartment flippers. But this is a gun store, after all. Power is always political. Wait, how long has it been? Shouldn't take them that long to get my gun properly bugged. I'm sorry, we've received a breaking news story. We're seeking confirmation and yes, we have it confirmed. Lead programmer at Noble Electronics and famed designer of the Turing solution, Dr. David Asher, has passed. What? Proprietary Vantage automated dependent management systems, along with the Animate series of androids, must be some kind of corporate propaganda tactic, or... No, they wouldn't risk fake news, but why? Perhaps best known for his breakthroughs in the field of machine learning and language. Misinformation, maybe, trying to... Authored many of the developments that allowed for Noble's rapid growth and market dominance. David Asher is dead? Including the popular Desk series of smart UIs. That's very sad. I didn't ask. Sorry, I just... Commands only. Understood. Will you be paying with cash or credit? Debit. (9:41 a.m., July 1st, 2068. The gun was light, lighter than I expected. A real gun should always be heavy, greater than the sum of its parts. That's one of the things I like about them, their weight. Like they're anchoring the world around them. Like they're a fixed point in time. Like everything else is just relative to them, either closer or further to the end. I would have liked something heavier during that walk back to my apartment. I would have liked to have something to feel far away from. Morgan's apartment. Didn't realize I was home until my hand was on the door. What is this? What am I doing? What am I doing fumbling in my pocket for? My lighter. Golden, polished, tastefully ergonomic, and fine and expensive. And a good lighter. It was a good gift. I kept the card, didn't I? Here it is. To the only smoker in my life. I know gold's a bit much for your personal style, but they don't make a lot of these anymore, believe it or not. The only people who share your vice are stuffy old men with expensive taste. Hope you can manage to get some use out of it anyway. Your friend, David. The news might have more information by now. Or not. Looks like the net's full of copy-pasted statements from Noble, auto-edited montages, ill-fitting quotes, reactions to the news from every micro-celebrity under the sun, their raw, authentic emotion brought to you live from all the car seats and bathroom mirrors of the world. But there's nothing about his death. Not even a time window. Did he die this morning? Was he found dead in his bed? Has he been dead for days, while Noble's just been waiting for the right time to let it leak? Or did he die last night while I was out screwing around? A phone call better not be work-related. I'm not in the right mood. Oh,
Uh,
Morgan. Thanks for picking up so fast. She's Jessica Starling, who asked me to call her. Hi, Jess. Listen, I need to. I've already seen the news. What? Oh. Oh, of course you have. Duh. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. With the company and their people and all the... What I mean is, if it were up to me, you would have been the first call I made. For a decision like that, to be up to David's assistant and 1,000 other noble employees above her on the ladder would have to get axed. But it's all right, Jess. No one ever really knows what to do with these kinds of things. Still, I'm sorry you had to hear it from a stream, Chiron. What difference does it make how the information gets to me? I could have stumbled upon his corpse myself, and I would feel mostly the same. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call anyway. Yeah, if I want more information, she's the best source I'm going to get, maybe for weeks. What to ask at a time like this? I'm supposed to express denial first, but she's probably short on time, and I don't feel like following the playbook to the letter right now. All right, take care of yourself, Minos. Can you tell me what happened? The police think that he took something. Suicide. And the police are already involved? They say it was some kind of poison or... God. Nobles got a lot of weight to bludgeon the state with, especially in this city. I would think they'd keep the police at arm's length for at least a few days. Listen, Morgan, I need to ask something of you. Of course, Jess, whatever you need. Whatever you need. A bit much, but she's grieving. This is just how people talk. And it's not like my day was really salvageable anyway. I'd like to bring you up here, to David's place. What do you mean? There's something I have to give you. You're not handling his will already, are you? If the police are involved, it'll be a while before... No, I'm sorry, it's not like that. Before he... No, please don't hold back on my account. Oh, I love how the screen rumbles and, like, the characters bounce up and down as the train goes by outside. I love that. You notice that? David asked me to get this into your hands. It wasn't work-related, but he asked me. I know, I'm asking a lot here, but since it's turned out to be the last thing he ever asked me to do, I'd like to get it done. I don't like showing up at crime scenes more often or more quickly than strictly necessary. And that's when I only have to worry about the police. With Noble looming over all this, security will be doubled and scrutiny tripled. This is too risky. There's no logical reason to agree to her request. Swing by my place with a cab, yeah?
I detect.
Yep. Besides my own morbid curiosity. Right, of course. Thanks, Morgan. Thank you. Wait, I almost forgot. What is it? You don't happen to have anything you could wear in black, do you? Goddamn.
Surprise.
Yeah. I am exhausted. In transit.
I detect the one floor.
Do you want to voice a character, LRB? I feel like I shouldn't do both at once.
Sure.
The automated cab hums a synthesized purr as our on-ramp merges onto a canopy superhighway, steadily and suddenly all at once. Not much super about it, but it does cast one hell of a shadow. The canopy's always felt very arts and crafts to me. cobbled together, always added onto, never finished, never planned. It's clearly taken a lot of time and effort to make. But the end result's still ugly, and it feels like it could fall apart at any moment. Do you want to be Jess?
Sure. Oh. Yeah. You okay, Morgan? You look a little car sick.
I'm fine.
Shut up.
Thanks
Go lay down.
Thanks for
Sorry,
asking.
that was my mother getting after her dog. It's okay.
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. But if I ignore her texts now, she'll just send more later. Witch. You want to voice Witch?
Sure. Hey, Freckles. Saw your friend Asher on the news. Rip.
Thank you. For trying to be sincere.
With a shot.
We all have our strengths.
God damn, you are one passive-aggressive little girl. Why is all your filial piety go out the window whenever you talk
Piety.
to me?
Piety.
Oh, sorry. Why is all your filial piety go out the window whenever you talk to me?
Wait, is it piety? I think it's piety. You might be
It
right.
might have been.
Filial piety doesn't work
I'm
on
pretty
you.
sure it's Eddie.
You love yourself too much to appreciate respect.
True, went the train. See, Freckles, you can be very insightful. When you aren't too busy side-eyeing the whole world, that is.
Wonder where I picked that up from.
Not from me.
Oh, you wish.
I'm pretty sure you were born muttering insults under your breath. The nurses tried to make you cry, and you responded by giving them self-esteem issues.
Did you ever have dealings with Noble?
10 out of 10 shift in the convo. Subtle as a car crash.
Subtlety doesn't work on you either.
Well, it might. If you were good at it.
I am good at subtlety. This is me asking you for advice.
Okay. I guess this never sunk in. 'Cause you spent most of your apprenticeship asleep. But my clients were all celebs. The rich and famous. I didn't have that many dealings with the Megs that owned their likenesses.
Is it really that different?
Plenty. Celebs don't like people seeing their dirty side. So they pay smart people like me to clean up their messes. But Megs don't like people seeing them at all. Period. And also, Megs are a lot more likely when it comes to ing.
Gross.
Hard workers with a lot of stress to vent, huh? Ew, I now understand the context.
Stop. Do you have any actual help to offer? I might end it soon. I'm very tired.
Truth be told, I did have this one run-in where I got deep into corporate intrigue.
Why?
Cause I got caught of Analife's 45 poster girl.
God damn it.
Hard worker. A lot of stress to vent. Oh, you're so gross, whoever you are.
Glad to know I can always reach out to you in my time of need.
I'm gonna let that slide, because I know you're in mourning. Look, corporate types are all a bunch of paranoid drug addicts. Huffing glue and playing roulette on their phones. While fantasizing about stabbing everyone else in the meeting to death. So don't just expect them to play nice just because Asher was your pal. My actual advice is get whatever you're owed. Then get out of there fast as fuck, boy! Oh my god, they did that meme.
That's a beautiful thought, Auntie. Hey! Hey, Varn, welcome back.
I mean it. Corporations prefer Viking funerals.
Can you give me the lowdown?
A what?
Marine.
Well, I'm currently voicing a character that spoke to me as female Weevil Underwood.
What's a Viking funeral?
A dignified ceremony where the body's sent out to sea on a boat. Then, we don't know yet, but I'm thinking it's either her old boss, probably her mother. I don't know.
Alright,
They
and
said-
also what happened?
Oh.
A new case?
Yeah, this is a new
friend
case.
died. A friend who has a big deal about
David
him.
Asher, the designer of the lead CFO CEO in Noble Electronics, the Android designer, the guy who made the holographic desk clerks.
They set everything on fire and sink the ashes to the bottom of the ocean. Try not to linger, Freckles.
I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go for, because I'm getting tired.
You don't want to be stuck on board when they start knocking their arrows.
Thanks.
How about for 8 more minutes or something, or until this ends?
Yeah. I work harder in one day than any of you Thanks, but what the hell was that about me sleeping on the job? I worked harder in one day than any of you Gen Alpha drunks did all week.
That's a shot fired. Should've worked smarter, lol. And if you want to go there... You did literally fall asleep on the job. At the Christmas party. Holy shit! I'm sorry, continue. She still sounds like that.
What is that? What is that?
What is that?
Why do you have that?
Why do you have what?
Why do you have that? It's not even accurate.
Work parties are still work, Freckles.
I only had my eyes closed. Because all you old farts had your cameras flash on.
Morgan, something wrong? You're like sweating.
Oh my
Just
God.
deleting some spam. We've got a couple more minutes of crawling through Canopy's guts before we reach David's part of the city. Uptown, our better half. Gleaming opera houses and towering corporate apartments. Boutique shops with more cameras than customers. Penthouses stacked upon penthouses in a frantic climb to the top of the rat pile. All ringed in by restaurants with long wait times and small serving sizes. The joke is that most uptown folks go most of the year without touching street level. Not much of a punchline there. It's basically true. By now, his whole block must be swarmed with cops, themselves surrounded by media and all encircled by onlookers. I could try to enjoy these last few moments of calm, but if the storm's coming either way, I'd rather use this time to try and find my footing. Actually, Jess, if you've got a second, I was curious about... that headline. I saw that headline, by the way, the one where your warm android saved that soldier's life. Oh yeah!
Oh,
Pretty feel-good, don't you think? So folks at the company must have been in high spirits lately, I take it. Are you gonna...
oh, right. On. Let me get. That's what I thought when I first heard about it, but I don't know. Maybe upper management's never happy and junk, because they're always still. Because they're still just writing sales harder than ever, pushing the traditional consumer markets. And I thought they'd start building a pitch for Congress the day the story dropped. A big patriotic campaign telling everyone why we need a contract for warm androids in the military or some junk. But I haven't heard about them moving staff around for anything like that. Maybe it's all above my pay grade.
all the corporate power and money in the world. And they're still such joyless assholes that they won't even celebrate their victories.
One moment.
Okay. Varnus, do you want to take over for, Jess?
Sure.
Remind me, how many years did you and David work together?
Oh. Well, I started the company about 4 years ago. They offered me a temp contract when I was graduating. I was put in HR right in the middle of a hiring burst. I spent 2 months in the Warrens. Then an aptitude test got me fast-tracked to mid-low management.
Sorry, Warrens?
Oh, that's just what we call the company dorms back then, on account of all the people.
Let me guess, fucking like rabbits? Ah,
Plus, it was underground.
ah.
Didn't see the sun that first month. My skin got so dry.
That reminds me, I gotta do my tattoo cream. Is that normal in your industry?
Normal for everyone I've ever worked with. Except David, of course. But I mean, he was best.
Yeah.
One Tuesday morning, Dr. David Asher walked right up to my desk like I had won the lotto. He said I should come work for him. Dr. David Asher. Directly. And I ran him Tuesday morning like it was nothing.
He didn't like to do things on Mondays. Said people were always too tired to get anything done anyway.
Yeah, that's right. He did say that. Should know by now, right? Years of arranging meetings and keeping him organized and occasionally straining his tie. He was a good boss.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
When did you last speak with him?
In person? Thursday afternoon.
Okay, sorry, I'm just... Yup, Masters. Victoria Masters.
Oh god, she's a gelf.
Jessica Starling and David. Oh, that's David Asher.
He looks like Naminé from Kingdom Hearts.
The day before yesterday.
He seemed normal. I mean, I didn't...
We still don't really know anything, Jess.
You're right, thanks. Thursday's last time I saw him. That was when he asked me to meet with you.
I'm guessing you've already been to his place?
Yeah, it's a real mess over there.
It's that bloody?
Oh god, no. Not that kind of mess. That's me at the cops stacked on the media, stacked on the lawyers. You get them with their own network of drones and all their droning. Very, it's a very high productivity atmosphere is what I mean.
When were you able to get over there?
I got a call from legal late last night. They weren't exactly delicate in breaking the news to me.
Last night.
They said they needed my help sorting through all his... You know how he left things organized sometimes.
He's been dead since last night, and they've kept it under wraps that long. I know there are
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
he didn't murder him.
I know there are a lot of powerful people in his circles, but to stop it from leaking for over 12 hours? That seems more than just your typical powerful people trying to control the narrative. Seems more like there's something they're actively trying to suppress. So you found out last night?
Right, last night. Oh god, I'm so sorry. I should have told you as soon as I found out.
Really, it's alright. Did you see anything?
No, I still haven't actually seen him at all. He was airlifted to the hospital ASAP, and that's where he passed, so... But, well, I didn't get the impression that the cops had been there all that long. Like, compared to the lawyers, they and the rest of the company people seemed pretty entrenched.
Noble set up camp before the police even arrived. So what time would that have been?
I guess I got there around 9 p.m. Yeah, because at 9:15 they switched my phone to silo mode, and I got locked out of everything but my work stuff. Set my last black at 9:13. See, gonna expire. Whoever put me in heels this morning.
They can do that to your phone? Lock you out of social media?
Of course not. Unless I'm on the clock or off the clock, but on company property. Then they can remote all my tech, yeah.
How convenient.
So if I got in at 9 p.m., I guess the rest of the company people had been there since 8:30 p.m. I hadn't been there more than a few minutes before the mood changed. Word about the hospital declaring him dead had started to leak.
I see. He died after he reached the hospital? That's unexpected. It's 2086. You might be in trouble if you get stuck in bureaucratic purgatory when you need to be in the emergency room. But other than that, if you reach the hospital alive, a good doctor can stabilize most any patient within a few moments.
I want to say something.
And Noble Electronics' lead programmer would have had a very good doctor.
I want to say something.
So what the hell happened?
Nary.
Go ahead.
Finally. Anyway, I'm wondering I don't think she killed them. I think what killed them was because one, it's not her MO.
Another
Two,
thing, too, is she literally found out about David Asher's death from the TV, and she was like, oh, it's gotta be fake. It's like, it's bullshit. They're
Two, I
trying
think
to
someone in
spread
the company-
misinfo or
I think-
something.
I think the company killed him through negligence, actually. I think they had a chance to send him off, but they kept trying to put him in bureaucratic bullshit, and that's what led to his death. Think about it, because there have been deaths in Japan like that, where a leader of a company they tried to force him to sign a bunch of paperwork or a bunch of other stupid shit, and then he died because vital time that was necessary for surgery after a heart attack or whatnot was not able to be done because of the company's bureaucratic bullshit.
Was he just not officially declared dead until reaching the hospital for some reason, or?
Hard to think about, I know.
Yeah, or hard to believe. Jess, I have to wonder, what kind of request did David make of you that it couldn't wait a few days?
Right, of course. He asked me to give you something.
Something? Shh. Is she trying to build suspense? What's up? I want to finish this, I want to finish this scene at least so I can go lie down. I'm very tired.
Right, it's just, well... no,
I'm gonna end
exactly
soon,
what
okay?
What it is?
You have no idea?
He asked me to give you the contents of his safe.
Are we headed to the bank then?
No, so he has his private safe in his basement. Maybe you've seen it? I say safe, but it might be more accurate to call it a storage locker or a false wall.
And he told you, and all he told you was that he wanted me to have what was inside.
Right, he was very clear about that part. Your eyes only, straight into your hand. Answer it in person, he said.
Strange. This is all pretty analog for someone as technically gifted as David. Coming from anyone else, I'd call it paranoid. But David was never paranoid, even when he had every right to be. Thank you, Ordis! If he wanted this handled a certain way, it must be for a good reason. So, David asked you to do this on Thursday, correct?
Yeah, Thursday.
And he passed last night, Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, Morgan did not kill David Asher. She was last Friday night. She was off murdering a completely different person. She only found out about David Asher's death from the news.
Matt, he had already decided.
You kind of cut out at the beginning there.
Wait, you don't think that that when we met, he had already decided?
It's not healthy to speculate on that sort of thing. More importantly, it's not helpful. The dead don't have anything to offer the living. I should know. You cut out again.
You're probably right. I hope my voice is alright.
It's fine.
Besides, we need to focus. Judging by the size of the crowd I'm looking at, looks like we're about to jump into the thick of it.
They're about to jump into Emma? I'm sorry.
Alright, and then we'll save an end for now?
Yeah, I think so. I'm really fucking tired.
I can tell.
Yeah.
How you holding up, though?
pretty good, but I am going to,
Alright, well, I'll see y'all around. Mree.
bye!
Yeah, later. I was trying to give Varna screen time being he had to leave earlier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we still have those, all those bonus interviews, but that we already watched. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll do this another day. I just can't keep my eyes open any longer. So, let's find someone to raid. How about Chance Nezumi, who's playing Apex Legends? So everybody, be good to Chance Nezumi. And as always, be gay, do crime, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!
Later.